This is the world's most amazing dinosaur. It's a relative of Ankylosaurus and is called Boreopelta Mark Mitchell. But what makes this dino so special? You'll never guess what this 5-million-year-old dinosaur could do. The discovery was made in 2016 by paleontologists Wendy Sloboda and her colleagues in the Canadian province of Alberta. There they found a fossil of a strange dinosaur that had never been seen before. After cleaning and removing rock from the fossil, they realized that they had something very unique on their hands. The dino had the body of a fish, the fins of a fish, and even the teeth of a fish. So far, this didn't seem particularly special. After all, there were plenty of fish-like dinosaurs that lived millions of years ago. But then they noticed something that made their jaws drop. This dino had feathers, not just any feathers, mind you, but large flight feathers that covered its entire body. In fact, it looked like a huge, scaly chicken that had been plucked clean. The team named the dinosaur Boreopelta Mark Mitchell in honor of the feathered reptiles of the genus Boreopelta. The species was named after Mark Mitchell, the technician who spent almost 700 hours carefully cleaning and removing rock from the fossil. So what makes this dino so special? Well, for starters, it's one of the oldest dinosaurs ever discovered with feathers. Second, it gives us a glimpse into how dinosaurs evolved from smaller bird-like ancestors. And third, it shows that dinosaurs weren't just big, scaly monsters. Some of them were actually pretty good-looking. Just imagine seeing one of these strutting around in the Jurassic Park. You might think twice before running away. Now let's take a closer look at this dino and see why it's so amazing. First off, it's really old. We're talking 5 million years old. That's older than the oldest known relative of modern birds. This means that this dino could teach us a lot about how dinosaurs evolved from smaller bird-like ancestors. To put things in perspective, this dino is like the great-great-great-grandfather of all dinosaurs. So it's pretty important to understanding how these animals evolved. Second, it's got feathers. And not just any feathers, mind you, but large flight feathers that covered its entire body. Now we know that some dinosaurs had feathers because we've found fossils of other feathered dinos like Archaeopteryx. But this dino is so old that it pushes back the origin of feathers by several million years. It also shows us that feathers may have evolved independently in different groups of dinosaurs. That's because the Boreopelta Mark Mitchelli was a theropod, which means it was a meat-eating dino with 2 legs and a long tail. The other feathered dinos we've found were ornithischians, which means they were plant-eating dinos with a beak and 3 toes on each foot. The fact that this dino had feathers but was a meat-eater kind of blew the scientific community away. They had no idea that dinos could evolve feathers independently, or that feathers would be used for anything other than flight. It turns out that feathers may have evolved multiple times in different groups of dinosaurs and may have been used for a variety of purposes like attracting mates, regulating body temperature, and camouflage. Finally, it helps us understand how dinosaurs evolved from smaller ancestors. As I said before, this dino is a relative of Ankylosaurus, which means it's related to the armored dinosaurs like Ankylosaurus and Boreopelta Mark Mitchell. Now we know that Ankylosaurus were relatively small when they first appeared on the scene, but they quickly grew to be some of the largest dinosaurs alive. By studying the fossils of smaller, unarmored ancestors like this guy, we can learn how they eventually evolved into these big, scaly monsters. In short, this dino is amazing because it's one of the oldest dinosaurs ever discovered with feathers. It gives us a glimpse into how dinosaurs evolved from smaller, bird-like ancestors, and it shows us that dinosaurs weren't just big, scaly monsters. Some of them were actually pretty good-looking. Just imagine seeing one of these strutting around in the Jurassic Park. You might think twice before running away. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an update. And be sure to share this video with your friends so they can learn about this amazing dino.